I'm gonna show you how to make the perfect summer peach pie, and it's easier than you think. And I'm craving some peach pie, so let's get started. We'll start with 2 discs of refrigerated pie dough, and I have a super easy homemade pie dough that I use for all of my pies. I will link to it in the notes. Dust your surface with flour and roll out your first disc to about a 13-inch diameter circle. Make sure your dough isn't sticking to the counter. You can dust a little more flour if needed. Now transfer that to a deep pie dish, and the easiest way to do this is to roll the dough onto your rolling pin, then unroll it evenly over your pie dish. If you're curious, I will link to my favorite pie dish in the notes. Also, there's no need to grease a pie pan because the dough has plenty of butter in it. Gently mold the dough to the pan and you will have some overhang. That's totally fine. Next, roll out your second piece of dough on a sheet of parchment paper.
Hey.
Dust the top with flour to make sure that it doesn't stick to your rolling pin. We'll use this to make the lattice top, and I like to roll it out to about a 12-inch circle. Next, use a pizza cutter or a knife to cut 8 even strips. While we make the peach filling, it's important to refrigerate the dough. You want to keep the dough chilled to ensure a flaky crust once it's baked. Now to prep the peaches, the first thing you want to do is to make an ice water bath, so as soon as those peaches come out of the boiling water, you want to transfer them to an ice bath. Keep them in that boiling water for just 1 minute. It's just enough to loosen up those skins. The whole point of this step is to make those peaches easier to peel, and it helps if your peaches are ripe. The ice water ensures those peaches don't get overcooked, and it makes it easier to handle. Cut the peach in half and the peel should slide right off.
Oh, it's supposed to be like cool like that.
Now slice your peaches into 1/2-inch thick slices and put those into a large mixing bowl. If you have trouble removing the pit, try giving the peach halves a little twist to dislodge it. Once all of your peaches are sliced, drizzle a generous amount of lemon juice over the top and add some real vanilla extract. And of course, I'm using my homemade recipe. I will link to it in the notes. Stir that together to combine. Then you're gonna sprinkle the top with some sugar, some flour, and some nutmeg. Now it's just a tiny bit of nutmeg. Don't overdo it, but it really makes this pie. And you can substitute with cinnamon if you don't have nutmeg. Then of course add some salt and stir just to combine. Now that our filling is ready and our oven is preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, you're gonna transfer your filling to your chilled pie dish. I'm gonna show you how to make a lattice top for this peach pie. It's easier than you think. Start by putting on 4 strips, pull back 2 of them, then alternate pulling back the other 2, add another strip, and repeat on the second side. When you're done, you'll have this beautiful rustic pattern with very little effort. Tuck and pinch the extra pie dough underneath, and add any extra pie dough to any thin areas. To create a pretty fluted edge, use your fingers to pinch all around the dough. To give the pie a beautiful golden shine, I do like to add an egg wash. It's just 1 egg and a tablespoon of water, and beat that together with a fork. Generously brush on that egg wash, getting it into all of the nooks and crannies to make sure it's uniformly browned. Then sprinkle the top with some coarse sugar. To keep your oven clean, place a sheet of foil on the bottom rack to catch drips. Start baking that at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes, then reduce the temperature to 375 and continue baking for about 35 to 45 minutes. You want to see thick juices bubbling through the edges, and the center should reach 200 degrees Fahrenheit. My kitchen smells amazing. Whew. There is nothing like the smell of home-baked peach pie, and you can really smell that little bit of spice in there. It's so cozy. Ooh. Okay, I cannot wait to dig in. Once this comes out of the oven, it is super important to let it rest. You want those juices to thicken up, and then it becomes much easier to slice and serve. That's the hardest thing about pies, but it is worth the wait. Okay, so we're gonna come back when it's cooled down. I think the only thing that could make this better is a scoop of vanilla ice cream, which is what we're gonna do once the kids find out that I have made a pie. And we're gonna recreate the cookbook photo here. See that? It's served with some ice cream. And it's fun to see David here helping me make the pie. He looks so little to me there. Oh man, it's so sweet. One of my favorite cookbook recipes. There's so many more great recipes in here to discover. If you haven't already gotten your hands on our book, I will link to it in the notes. Onward. good with this taste test. I cannot wait to dig in. So we're just gonna slice right in. And that top crust is so crisp and buttery. Oh, it's so good. We actually love this pie crust for like all of our pies. It's so easy. It works for sweet or savory pies. Again, I will link to that in the notes. And because we waited for it to set, it's so much easier to slice. It doesn't slide apart. And also make sure to bake it long enough. Make sure that those juices are bubbling for at least 5 minutes. And then check with the thermometer if you have one. I don't know if I cut through those peaches very well, but look at this, so much peaches in here. This pie is fully loaded. Okay, whew. Real quick transfer. But see how nice it is? And it does keep together. Yeah, I lost a lot of my peaches in here, but that's okay. We'll get those later, don't worry about it. Okay, I am digging in because this pie has been speaking to me. We're just gonna dig right in. Ooh, those flaky, buttery layers. Okay, let's make sure we get a little bit of everything. Oh my gosh, that's a monster bite. What do you think, honey? Should I attempt?
Go for it.
I love how there's like all the layers of the pie crust. It's so yummy, wow. Okay, it's gonna be worth it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, don't think about it, just do it. Okay, go. Wow.
Really, that good, huh? No words.
But also chewing. It's so good. And these peaches are amazing. They're like especially good, especially because they're in season. This is amazing with summer peaches. But you could use frozen if that's what you have, you know. Still get that satisfaction of a homemade peach pie. I feel like things are about to get real with this pie. It's loaded with peaches, juicy, sweet, little bit of tangy contrast because I put the lemon juice in here. It's so balanced. And then I love the little bits of sugar in the crust too. They sparkle, but it adds a little bit of crunch, which is just so satisfying. This pie is amazing. And let me know if you like to serve your pie with ice cream. I'm team ice cream, but my husband is not. So I want you guys to vote in the comments. Also, let me know if you guys have any recipe requests. I always love to hear your requests and suggestions. Actually, you guys where most of my inspiration and ideas come from, so love to hear from you. And oh yeah, let me know where you guys spotted Sharky in the video. First person to spot him in the live premiere will get a $100 gift card. I gotta go eat this pie. Can you tell I'm trying to like speed talk because I want the pie? It's just, I gotta take another bite. And then I'm gonna call the kids because once they see this pie, I think my husband feels the same way, right honey?
Yes.
He's eyeing my pie. It's so good. And because it's homemade, it's not as guilty. And I also love that homemade pie, or this recipe anyways, isn't like horribly sweet like a lot of store-bought pies are, where it's just like half of the pie is sugar. No, no, no. You can actually taste the peaches. It's amazing. You can also substitute the peaches and use a different kind of stone fruit. Let me know if you guys explore. And we'll see you on the next episode of Natasha's Kitchen. Ooh, you have to try this. You have to try this. It is amazing. You're gonna get your own slice as soon as you put this in your mouth here. Right? Isn't that good? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta grab a plate. Okay, bye guys. It's so good, huh?